Hey guys, welcome to another video. And in this video, we'll talk about what really happened with me a few days ago. There was a theft at my place, and this is what had happened, right? Story is quite funny actually. We had a water pump installed at our place. For over a month now, the place was totally open, easily accessible. And then one fine day, my landlord told us that, we need to get a cage for this place. And the funny part is, when we got that cage installed, very next day I thought that I'll get a lock installed here. And idea was to get a lock from the market next day after I come back from office and put it on that cage, right? And to my surprise, when I entered the house, I see water leaking in the entire port. And then I see that the motor was not there. The water pump had gone and somebody had sort of broken into my house and ripped that entire thing off. And mind you, this thief was actually the one with some credibility, I say, because this guy ensured that there should be no short circuit or anything like that, because he taped the wires back, right? It's pretty nice of him, but yet pretty shitty of him as well. And now me and my friend who stays with me, we were totally lost, like what had just happened with us. And there were like a gazillion questions in our head, because now we were questioning if taking this house was the right idea or not. We had recently shifted around 3 months ago, and we were contemplating if this staying here is safe or not as well. And finally, I mean, after a lot of back and forth and having sort of a discussion with my landlord as well, he sort of assured us that place is fine and all, and so he sort of assured us that everything was fine, we don't need to worry about it, and he'll get a new one installed, which he did. I think we've got a pretty fantastic landlord at that. But then me and my friend, we were still worried about it, because the very next day we had to leave for our hometowns, and this would have taken almost about 3 to 4 days for us to come back over the weekend, right? So what we did, so ideally we were doing a lot of brainstorming as to what should be done here. And what we did was that we actually ordered 2 cameras, and I thought that this would be the perfect moment to share my story and sort of also give you a review of the cameras that we got. So let's get started. Let's get into the video and discuss how helpful these cameras were, what were the costs, what are the features, what was the selection process. And this was a quick one, by the way, because we were frightened as hell. So yeah, let's get into the video, guys. So these are the cameras that we got, guys. So these are TP-Link, Tapo, Pan Tilt, Home Security, Wi-Fi cameras. A pretty long name. And the best part about these are we got a 2-pack for about 4,500. And the model name is Tapo C21. And the best part is that these are 2K resolution, right? So the clarity and the video resolution is pretty phenomenal. And talking a little bit more about the features. So ideally, if I look at the product page at TP-Link, they would suggest that these are more of an indoor camera, but I felt like these would get the job done. And as you can see, talking about the MRP, it says 10,000, but I got a steal deal and I got these for about 4,500. For the price, I think these are pretty phenomenal. Let me get you through all the features that they have. So they have person detection. Then we have baby grind detection. Again, as I mentioned, these were supposed to be indoor cameras, but I used it outdoors. Then these are 2K definition. Then they also have night vision up to 30 feet. You can add a micro SD slot, and they support around 512 GB of video or memory card. And then they have 360-degree coverage as well. Pretty nifty. And the best part is you can do 2-way audio. So if any bypasser is messing around with our place or any of our belongings out there, I can sort of speak through the camera and they will hear me. Right? So that was pretty nifty. And then you have a customizable block zones as well, because so I don't want the camera to be detecting everybody, right, who's a passerby in front of my house, but I do want to know if there's anybody sort of coming into my porch and the area where my car is parked, right? So I can customize that entire block, and this is pretty nifty as well. And then the best part is, so they have a cloud storage and cloud AI sort of an integration as well, which is called Tapo Cloud. I'll talk about that a little bit more in detail when we go through the app. And yes, the best part is they work with Alexa as well. So if you want to set various modes, you can do that with Alexa. So yes, let's get into the mobile app tour as well. And talking about the unboxing, guys, so rookie YouTuber mistake, I forgot to do the entire unboxing thing, but it's pretty standard. You get the cameras first of all, pretty base, and then you also get the mounting base, you get the charging cords, and you get pretty lengthy user manual as well. Totally forgot the entire thing, but the cameras are installed now, so I'll also show you how I've placed these cameras, and I'll also show you all the features that they have in the mobile app, right? Let's move on to the mobile app now. So now that I've moved to my MacBook webcam, and so that I can quickly show you my screen as well, right? So this is the Tapo app that we get with the cameras, and this is how it looks. Tapo left is for the left camera and Tapo right is for the right camera. So what I've done is I've sort of kept both of my cameras just like this, so that this one can shoot everything that is happening in front of this one, and this one can shoot everything that is happening in front of this one, right? So this cross directional placement is because this sort of helps me, keep everything covered, right? And so both the camera views and options are pretty similar because they're essentially the same camera. So I'll quickly take you through one of these, right? So this is the view from the first one. I have a light on at this point, but even if it is off, it has night vision that keeps my at least porch covered, right? As you can see, this is where the water pump was placed. First of all, you see, I can just sort of swipe through this and see both of the cameras. And the idea being, because I can add up to 32 cameras, which I'm pretty confident nobody is doing, but yes, you have that functionality, right? And you also have an option to sort of add multiple cameras in one view, just like a CCTV camera would do. Then obviously on top you have an option to click a photo. Then next you can take a clip of around 30 seconds. The camera will record the entire thing. Then there's an option to sort of understand what is the sort of gain of this microphone. And then there is an option to make a call as well. So whatever I speak, it'll sort of connect me to the camera, and whatever I speak, the other party will be able to hear it. Then I also have the ability to pan and tilt the entire thing. I won't be doing that right now because I have set the custom block. And if you so one thing that was I think pretty nice of TP-Link here was that they have thought the entire thing through. So if I change the pan and tilt, the entire customizable blocks wherein they have to detect the activity, they'll be removed. We'll show you that going ahead as well. But yes, you can do the entire pan and tilt from here itself. Then you have a privacy mode as well. So let's say in case you have anybody coming in and you want to keep the entire thing private, so you can do that as well. And then lastly, this is Tapo Gear, which I told you about. So these are rich notifications. I'll sort of add a screen capture of these rich notifications for you guys as well. Then you also have a weekly report and a weekly summary. This is sort of summarizing the entire thing for you, and you can get an idea of what all has been happening there around your house. And then you can, as you can see, validity is around 4 days. So for me, guys, I've not added any micro SD card to my cameras. Idea being because I don't want it to capture the entire thing for days at length. Rather, I'd have it detect, sort of record a quick snippet of whatever is happening whenever it detects any notification. So that is what I've added, right? Hence, I've paid for this. So this is around $649 for both the cameras, and I think the pricing is on the okay-ish side. Do not think that it's very high given the peace of mind that I have, because whenever it detects any activity, I get a notification, and that notification itself, I can also see the sort of a screen capture of what is happening there. They're pretty comforting, I'd say. Then we also have an alarm option. So if I keep the alarm on, so what it'll do is whenever anybody is coming in the porch area, which I've marked as an activity zone, the cameras will start giving an alarm sound. Again, very nifty feature. Below you can see the playback of anything that has come in. So here you can see an auto rickshaw came in, and you can see the entire playback and download the video as well if required. Then on top right, you have the settings option. You can change the detection mode. Now, this is what is happening. So the camera also supports motion tracking. So let's say this is the camera, and then something is moving here and there. So the camera will also change its direction. I've kept that off because that will not take care of the detection blocks. Then I have, so as you can see, these are the detection areas that I have set. Now, one thing that I would suggest is that TP-Link should be adding, giving me a lot more customizability, because you see there are little white areas which are not covered here in the activity zone, and that is primarily because there are too many blocks to fit, and I'll have to put in way more effort to just fit those, because if anything goes out of that, it will keep on notifying me if there is anything happening on the street as well, so which I don't want to get notified about. That is one thing. You also have person detection, so it has AI built into the cloud, and it is sort of storing everything. I'd say cameras are connected with internet the entire time, and whenever there's any person coming into the camera view, it has AI in the Tapo cloud, and it sort of notifies me about that as well. Pretty nifty feature to have. Then talking about storage and recording, you can add a micro SD card and then turn the recording on and off. And if they also have given you the functionality to record sound, so I think that is pretty nifty as well. And now then it has status LED. So there is a very small green LED that is on all the time. So even if the camera is not recording the entire thing all the time, or even let's say it misses out on capturing by any chance. Though at least any intruder who's planning to intrude will be at least scared of it. So that is one thing. So you have notifications on. I'll show you the rich notifications, how they look. I have kept these on for motion detection and person detection, and then I've scheduled these for always. Then in advanced settings, you have a camera account. You also have power and frequency. I did not mess around with that, and I have also kept the diagnostics off so that it does not keep on logging everything. And then if you want to set a NAS network or a RTSP set net protocol for the cameras, you can do that as well if you are that technically advanced. Then pretty nifty of TP-Link, I'd say, that they've added the entire user guide and feedback option here itself. And then there's also an option to update your cameras, right? And you can also pull down to refresh the entire thing. Now, one more thing that I wanted to highlight here is that you have an option to set the detection mode. So let's say if I'm home, I don't want this to keep on detecting whenever I go in my porch, right? So I can just click on home mode and it will stop the person and motion detection. And then whenever I go in the away mode, I'll click on that and both the cameras will be set to detecting one, the person detection, 2, the motion detection, and 3, the alarms will be turned on as well. And this is something that you can control with your smart speakers as well. Then you also have a dashboard too for all the cloud activity that has been happening. So the green icon suggests that there was a person nearby, and then the running guy suggests there was some motion. If you tap on that, you can see I was having a quick walk. So it is that. And then similarly, it is happening for both of my cameras, right? And so that's all on the mobile app side.
So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the like button and share it with your friends and family whose safety you're concerned about. And if you want more such videos, please subscribe to this channel, and do let me know in the comment section below what next gadget or tech or app shall I review about. It's Gadgets by Uday. See you next time.